Hello everyone, thank you for watching my YouTube channel. I am telling about for this coin, the 50 paisa coin of India. 1970, the history of the 50 paise coin. 1970. India. The year 1970 marked an important time in the evolution of Indian coinage. The Indian economy had already completed its transition from the Anna system, pre-decimal currency, to the decimal system of paisa and rupees in 1957 to 1961. The 50 paise coin, popularly called the 50 paisa coin, was half of 1 rupee and represented not only monetary value but also a phase in the story of India's modernization. The 1970 issue of the 50 paise coin carries historical, cultural, and economic significance, reflecting the policies, designs, and symbols of India during that period. This detailed account will explore the background of Indian decimalization, the design and minting of the 1970 50 paise coin, its symbolism, the economic conditions of India in the late 1960s and early 1970s, and its enduring place in numismatic history. Pre-decimal currency and the road to decimalization. The Anna system. Before 1957, India followed a currency system inherited from British rule, where 1 rupee equals 16 annas, 1 anna equals 4 pièces, 1 pièce equals 3 paise. This system was complicated and difficult for ordinary citizens to calculate. After independence in 1947, India sought a simpler, modern monetary system aligned with global practices. Introduction of the decimal system. In 1955, the Indian Parliament amended the Indian Coinage Act to introduce decimal coinage. By April 1, 1957, the rupee was divided into 100 naya paise, new paise. The term naya paisa was used until 1964, after which coins were simply called paise. The introduction of the 50 paise coin was significant because it represented half of the new rupee. It became one of the key denominations in circulation during India's early decades of economic planning. The 50 paise coin of 1970. Design and specifications. Material and composition. The 50 paise coin of 1970 was struck in nickel, reflecting India's move towards durable and long-lasting metals for coinage. Unlike earlier coins that used copper-nickel or bronze, nickel coins had a silvery appearance and were resistant to corrosion. Weight, size, and shape. Weight: 5 grams diameter, 24 millimeters thickness. Approximately 1.7 mm shape. Circular with a milled edge, reeded. The coin was practical for daily use, easily distinguishable from other denominations, and light enough to carry in large quantities. The obverse of the coin carried the lion capital of Ashoka at Sarnath, which is the national emblem of India. This symbol, adopted officially on January 26, 1950, represents power, courage, confidence, and pride. The words Bharat in Hindi, and India were inscribed on either side of the emblem. The reverse displayed the numeral 50 prominently in the center, with the word paise in Hindi and paise in English below it. The year of minting, 1970, was inscribed at the bottom. The coin's design was simple yet elegant, reflecting clarity and usability. Mints and mint marks. Indian coins are minted at 4 primary mints: Mumbai, Kolkata, Hyderabad, and Noida, established later in 1988. The 1970 50 paise coin could bear small mint marks beneath the date to indicate its original. No mint mark: Kolkata mint dot, Mumbai mint star, Hyderabad mint. These mint marks are crucial for numismatists as they influence a coin's rarity and collectability. Some mintings of 1970 are scarcer than others, making them particularly valuable to collectors. Historical context of 1970. India. Political background. In 1970, India was under the leadership of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. Her government was focused on socialist policies, poverty alleviation, and strengthening India's self-reliance. The era was marked by initiatives such as bank nationalization, 1969, and land reforms. Economic conditions. India in 1970 was still a developing economy. Agriculture formed the backbone, though the Green Revolution had begun improving productivity. Industrialization was growing slowly, with emphasis on heavy industries. Inflation and balance of payments issues were common. The 50 paise coin, representing half of a rupee, had strong purchasing power at the time. One could buy vegetables, bus tickets, newspapers, and small daily needs with just 50 paise. The coin circulated widely in markets, fairs, schools, and households. It became a familiar object of everyday transactions. For children, it was pocket money. For workers, it was part of daily wages. For households, it was a useful denomination for budgeting. Symbolism of the coin. The 1970 50 paise coin carried deep symbolism. Ashoka lion capital, a proud reminder of India's ancient heritage and its modern republic identity. Bilingual inscriptions. Hindi and English inscriptions represented India's linguistic diversity and its balance between tradition and global interaction. Numerical simplicity. The large 50 made it accessible even to the semi-literate population. Durable nickel symbolized India's modernization and adaptation to new materials for long-lasting use. Circulation and usage in daily life. In 1970, the 50 paise coin had real significance in daily commerce transport. Local bus fares and train tickets often cost 25 to 50 paise. Food. A cup of tea could cost 10 to 15 paise, while 50 paise could buy a full meal in small towns. Education. School notebooks and pencils could be purchased with coins of this denomination. Postal services, postage stamps and inland letters often required 10 to 50 paise. Thus, the coin was not just currency but a backbone of small-scale economic activity. Comparison with other denominations. During 1970, the coinage system included denominations of 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 20, 25, and 50 paise, along with the 1 rupee coin. The 50 paise coin was the largest fractional unit and was closest in value to the rupee, making it a key transition point between small change and major currency. Numismatic value and collectability. Today, the 1970 50 paise coin holds special value among collectors. Historical significance. It represents early post-independence decimal coinage. Rarity. Coins with certain mint marks or in uncirculated condition are rare. Metal content. Pure nickel coins are no longer minted, making older issues valuable. Condition. Collectors prize coins that retain shine, legibility, and sharpness depending on condition and mint mark. A 1970 50 paise coin may fetch anywhere from a few hundred to several thousand rupees in the collector's market. Transition and decline. As inflation rose through the 1980s and 1990s, the purchasing power of the 50 paise coin declined. By the 2000s, it became less relevant for daily transactions. Eventually, the Reserve Bank of India (RBI) withdrew the 50 paise coin from circulation in June 2011. Though legally it remains a small coin and part of the currency system, the 1970 issue, however, remains an enduring reminder of an era when 50 paise had real value in the Indian economy. Legacy of the 1970 50 paise coin. The legacy of the 50 paise coin lies not just in its metallic form but in the memories and symbolism attached to it for older generations. It recalls the days when half a rupee had meaningful purchasing power. For historians, it reflects India's post-independence transition and modernization. For collectors, it is a tangible piece of India's numismatic heritage. The 1970 edition specifically sits at the intersection of history, economics, and culture, an artifact from a time of optimism and change in India. The 50 paise coin of 1970 is far more than a small piece of metal. It is a symbol of India's decimalization journey, post-independence identity, and economic realities of the 1970s. From its Ashokan emblem to its simple bilingual design, it represents both India's ancient heritage and its modern aspirations. Though the coin is no longer seen in markets or wallets, it continues to live on in the collections of numismatists, the memories of people who used it in daily life, and the broader history of India's monetary evolution. The story of the 50 paise coin is a reminder that even the smallest denominations carry immense historical weight, marking the rhythm of ordinary life and the nation's progress.